Hello, fellow music nuts. It's me, Cubby, with another personal spin, and today I'm going to be reviewing Heathen's new album, Empire of the Blind, which has got a very cool cover on it, and I think it suits it really well. So, let's begin, shall we? It was released on Friday, and I didn't think I was going to get a chance to review it until at least Tuesday. However, it came yesterday night, and I've been listening to it ever since. Um, so this album is no relentless barrel of noise like some people would say thrash metal is. It's actually a very largely anyway focused attack of 40 something minutes of metal goodness as well. It's very good. It's a very careful planned assault on the senses. It's taken them about, I don't know, a good while to write the album, and you can tell because the songs are so really well arranged. They're really, how many times can you say really in a sentence? Really well put together. They perfectly timed hooks and dropouts and fills and things like that, and riff changes and stuff. And the riffs on this album are just really good. You got the end of what song is it called? Sun in My Hand. The end of it is a really good riff, and then the opening of the following track, Blood to Be Let, is also really good. Really. Dead and Gone has got some epic interplay between David White and the rest of the band. It's really cool, really. And then we've got things like A Fine Red Mist, which is an instrumental, and it's delicious. The guitar playing on it is just so good. It's juicy and delicious and yummy, and that's largely how the whole album goes. It's just really good. I think I don't normally pick out solos, like a lot of people. I listen to the whole song, but on Dead and Gone, there is a really cool moment where you get a dive bomb and it just goes and then it does the soloing thing, and it's just really cool and catchy. It's catchy. The band don't hang around at the same speed either. There's a lot of tempo shifts within songs, not just all over the album, but within songs, which is really cool. I think it's 47 minutes. But it's interesting. You know, the new wave of thrash, as it's being called, is kind of, you've got the new bands who are kind of focusing on the old style of thrash, which is just like breakneck speed, and then you got the old school bands, for want of a better word, where it actually seems more focused, and you can tell they've been a band for longer. They try more stuff, and you could say it's more mature and a bit more tame, but it's better for it. And that's what this album's like. There are a few moments on the album where I'm sort of like, that bit's a bit sort of misplaced, or I'm not sure about that bit, or like the song Sun in My Hand. It's kind of like the slow song, for want of a better word, and I like it. There's nothing wrong with it per se. It's just I feel it's a bit too long. It should have been a bit shorter. But it does end with a very cool riff, which has got this finger-picked thing sort of under it, which is really cool. So I can sort of forgive it, especially when it then goes into the next song, which is even cooler. Not very good at reviewing lyrics, so I might practice that. But the lyrics seem pretty, they're generally about, that sort of thing. Skulls being on a desolate landscape and stuff. But what I can say is David White's vocals are really good. They're melodic, but they're not like operatic or anything like that. They've got grit to them. He sounds confident. They've got some power, but they're not like power metal. But they're not like Iron Maiden, for example. But they're not screechy or like sort of Exodus-y style. They're more sort of Annihilator. Yeah, Annihilatory sort of sound. So there we go. That's a basic overview. Production wise, again, it's fairly typical of today, really. There's not much space in it, but it's not too polished either. It's sort of like they squeaked it and then they sort of roughed it up with some sandpaper to make it less squeaky clean, but it is pretty solid, clean production, but it's not too squeaky clean, which is good. My biggest complaint with the album, aside from the sort of occasional misplaced, perhaps slightly overlong song and a little bit of sort of lethargy, I suppose you could call it. So some of the guitar, well, just overall sound is a bit sort of lacking in sort of, sometimes it gets a little bit soft, I suppose is the word, is that the bass guitar doesn't really seem to exist. It's there, but it's just sort of doesn't have a special place, which is, I suppose, kind of common with thrash metal, but not always. It's sort of, it's just not really there. But other than that, it's a great album. I've listened to it at least 6 times now, and I've enjoyed it every single time. My favourite songs, and now I wrote this down because I can never remember the songs. I am actually reading notes on a laptop in an attempt to make my reviews better, is A Fine Red Mist, Empire of the Blind, and Dead and Gone. But I also like Devour, so there we go. Well, thank you for watching, thank you for listening to my review of Heathens, The Empire of the Blind. Shouldn't have put that back. And if you like it, my reviews, please like and subscribe. And I will be back very soon with a review of Haken's new album, Deep Purple's new album, another ranking series in my series, the next David Bowie album, and I'm thinking of doing a verses thing, but I can't decide which albums to do, so that will take a while. But hopefully you enjoy my content, and I will see you very soon. I have been Cubby, this has been a personal spin, and I will see you soon. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.